So I want to ask you, what made you choose the real estate industry as your professional path?
Well, I've always been in the industry of helping people. As you already know, that I've worked as a nurse for 16 years, and that's what led me to the path as helping.
My question is, what made you choose the real estate industry as your professional path?
Okay, my journey into real estate was driven by a deep passion for helping people making life-changing decisions. For years, I've worked in the field that centered around care, service,
Hey,
and
so
trust.
hi, Renee. So
Hi.
welcome into this amazing interview to you like Realtor. So what made you choose the real estate industry as your professional path?
Well, my journey into real estate was driven by a deep passion for helping people making life-changing decisions for years. I worked in the field that centers around care, service, and trust. And I realized that those same values are at the heart of real estate. What truly attracted me was the opportunity to build long-lasting relationships with clients through some of the most important financial decisions in their lives and advocate for their best interests in strategy and integrity. There is something incredibly fulfilling about helping a first time home buyer find their first dream home or supporting a seller through a smooth and profitable transaction. I've always loved the design and negotiation, but more than that, I love people. Real estate allowed me to combine business sense with heart, and that's why I chose this path. It's more than a career; it's a calling.
That's nice, really. Okay, cool. One second. So thank you for your answer. That's amazing, the passion you put in your business. And I have another question for you. What were the main challenges you faced in managing and growing your real estate business before working with us?
Well, I would have to say before working with you, one of the biggest challenges was staying consistent with follow-ups and nurture leads over time. I had a solid base clientele, and great work ethics, but I found myself stressed thin trying to manage everything manually, from scheduling showings and responding to inquiries, to track leads and staying on top of things. Marketing was another area I struggled. I knew the importance of visibilities and branding, but I didn't always have the time or tools to create content, run campaigns, or target the right audience consistently. Leads conversion was also affected because my system weren't fully streamlined. I often felt like I was doing everything, but not always effectively.
Great. Thank you. Okay, so thank you to tell us that. And now I have another question for you. What do you believe are the most significant changes since you started implementing the automation and growth strategy we provided?
Well, even though I'm still in the early process stage, the shift has always been powerful. One of the most negotiable changes is how much more organized and intentional my client follow-ups has become. With automation in place, I no longer worry about leads slipping through the cracks or forgotten to follow up. Everything is tracked, timely, and consistent.
Yeah, that's right. That is the power of automation, really. Yes, we are on an earlier stage of your project, but you already see how you can predict it, what will be the amount of um, motion on the kind of leads and ending the
Mhm.
clients you can have. Great. So I have another question for you. How do you know, envision, give you back. How do you now envision the future of your real estate business with a clear strategy and smart systems in place?
Well, now that I have a solid strategy and smart system working behind the scene, I see my business scaling in a way that feels both intentional and sustainable. I am no longer operating in constant reaction mode. I have structure, clarity, and the tools to grow without burning out. With automation supporting my follow ups, marketing, and scheduling, I have more freedom to focus on what I love most, building strong relationships and delivering exceptional service. I'm excited to take on bigger listing, tap into new markets, and build a stronger brand presence that reflect the quality and care I bring to every transaction. Ultimately, my vision is to expand while maintaining that professional, personal touch. And now I have the system to make that a reality.
That's great. That's amazing. And I love how you are strongly determined on doing this changing in your business and
Yes,
really booster your activities. Thank
great.
you. So I have another question for you. What would you
Mhm.
say to another real estate agent who is thinking about investing in consultancy and automation for their business?
I would tell them don't wait if they're serious about growing their business and protecting their time, investing in the right system and guidance is a game changer. For so long, I was trying to do it all on my own, wearing every hat and constantly playing catch up. It's exhausting. And honestly, it holds you back. Consultancy gives you clarity, automation gives you freedom. Together, they allow you to work smarter, not harder. And that's when will growth start to happen. Whether you're aiming for more consistent income, a higher end clients, or just better balance in your life, having experts, support, and system in place turn those goals into reality. It's not just an expense, it's an investment in your future, your brand, and your peace of mind.
That's amazing. And you're so right. Especially, I love the fact that you are an early adopter in your market because you are a realtor. So for a realtor, that is a really new things, and not every realtor are facing these new changing like you are doing with like
It
big
is.
companies.
It's the amount of paperwork you have to do and all the little basket, little eggs you have to put in your basket is so much. It's just like you don't have a system in place. Your desk will be like completely a mess all the time, and you can lose paperwork. You can lose a lot of things, but with the system in place, it's a life changing.
Yeah, you're right. I want to ask you another question now, okay?
Cut.
So I know you do everything of what you do in life. You are a mother, you are a businesswoman, you are a wife with a lot of passion. But I really want to know what's make you uh, passionate and what is your mission in this business like realtor?
My mission in this business is really to continue on helping people. Again, like I said, I was a nurse for 15 years, and I love what I do as a nurse, and I do real estate, and I do life insurance as well. Been doing it since 2019. Again, it's just everything is correlating. It's just go back to one thing, helping people. Like I love doing what I do. I love the fact that somebody entrusted me to make the biggest purchase in their life, like buying a house. That's one of the biggest things that you can do, buying a house or selling your house, the trust that they have in me. And it's just so fulfilling to see like when you hand them the key or when you give them the contract, like the smile on their faces, like you were there with them with one of their biggest purchase in life. And another thing is I love to see the kids running around when their parents buy their house because being a mother myself and a wife, my passion in life is to create family legacy. I want to create a legacy for my own family, and I want to see other families have their own legacy. Buying a big house, having their children, this is creating legacy for your family. That's my mission.
That's amazing. It's beautiful. It's really I can feel the really I can feel the power that you put in your business and the vision that you have. So tell me, what is the vision for this legacy, this realtor business that you are doing? Your vision.
Well, my vision is doing what I'm doing right now, moving forward, make it big, helping more people, create something bigger. Like when I'm not around anymore, my children can say, "Yeah, my mom did this. My mom helped so many people. My mom did that." So that's it for me.
That's amazing. I'm sure a lot of women want to take some inspiration from that, um, from what you are doing. Okay,
Well,
cool. Tell me,
great.
tell me, tell me.
Well, I mean, I love like working as a team. Even people in my team, I've always loved doing it. I'm open to if anybody have questions, like they want to call me or they want to text me, I'll be happy to answer. Because again, when I started as a nurse, I'm still gonna bring that up because that was like one of my first love. I love being a nurse. I was a preceptor. I used to precept new grads, like new students who just finished school, and they hire them, and I used to be there for them for a whole 18 weeks, holding their hands to make sure that they really know what they're doing before they can start working on their own. And I am around to, I'm thinking about the same thing with real estate. So that's why I want to grow my business and make it bigger so I can take newcomers under my wings, if they need the help.
What parts of our consulting service did you find most useful or transformational for your business?
Well, I guess I would have to say everything, because before I started with you guys, I wasn't sure where I was going. It's just you always around. Like whenever I needed, like the Zooms, the questions, like all the texts, like I know we have different times, and I've always had my answer. Everything. And you always like holding my hand like a baby, just to show me or tell me exactly how to get things done. That's what I found like most helpful. Like everything, your presence.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Because we do with love and proud and passion, like you do your business for your client. So I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
cool.
It's the truth.
Tell me.
I said it's the truth.
Thank you.
Everything I'm telling you is the truth about the company, the service, everything.
Amazing. I want to ask you another question, and when was the first moment you think that the realtor was the real pathway for you?
For me, to be honest with you, I started real estate piqued my interest when I was buying a house myself. The service that I received from the realtor, the person who was working with me, I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable at all with the service. I ended up not buying the house that year because I'm like, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what I wanted for myself. And I don't like being pushed to do things. So that's the reason why I'm like, you know what? With the love and compassion I give to insurance and nursing, and then why not put it into real estate? So that's when I decided to go to school to become a realtor. Then I'm like, okay, I will never treat my clients the way that I was treated. So I will treat them with love, respect. I will give them my time, and I will just make sure that, hey, I am it for them, that they don't have to go look for another person, or they didn't have to make the decision that I made for myself to go to school to become a realtor just because of the service they received before. That's when I decided, like, yes, this is for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, so from a needs, start a business basically from
Yes, a
yeah,
true story. Uh-huh.
it transforms some bad experience in a supervision future. Good. Okay, so now I have another question. Ready?
Okay, keep asking.
Was there a specific moment when you realized that without this support we're giving to you, your progress would have been slower or even stalled?
Oh boy, when my desk looked like it was like a madhouse, when I wasn't getting any business, no matter what I was doing, it wasn't working. That's when I started talking to a friend of mine, and who is a content creator, and I was talking to her about my struggle. And that's when she was like, oh, I have a friend, and I'm gonna introduce you to. I wasn't sure from the beginning, and she's like, well, let's just do like a first meeting with her, like interview her. If you don't like what she offered, you can just walk away. So, but the first day that we had the meeting, and I've had other meetings before, and I'm like, you know what, this is 5-star, this is good. Let me just go with her, because I had 2 other meetings prior. I didn't like what they were offering, and it wasn't for me. So at the end of the day, I want to do something that I know when I go to sleep, who's gonna still work for me, and it's gonna be honest, and it's gonna make my business scale to the next level. That's why I pick this program over anything else.
Thank you. Question. So, what concrete results have you seen since implementing the strategies and tool we introduced? Obviously, we are in the phases of your business that is a start. So, just you can answer to this question as you feel.
Well, what I see, I know we're in the first stage, like the early stage of doing this with my business. What I see is when I'm looking at my website, I was like, yeah, it's clean, it's beautiful, and I didn't have that before. Like all the questionnaire, like how my client can reach out, like if anybody stumbled on my website or they're looking for information, I never had that. So when I look into like inside my website, I'm like, yes, I love this. They can reach out to me, they can request whatever questions they have, they can call, they can just fill out the form, and then everything will just I can answer, and everything will just go back to them. That's the first thing I see right now. I'm like, I love this. I love it. And all the things that we're doing, you guys take the time, and I can see that it's a passion for you guys to help out, and I love it. And I know by the time we're done with the project, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you will. Say to another real estate professional who is still trying to manage everything on their own without any structure, strategy, or automation in place.
Everybody need a CRM to work with. If you don't have it, how do you work? I would have to tell them they need to find something. I would, I wouldn't. I mean, I would refer them to you guys in a heartbeat because I know what I'm getting, and it's not always about what you spend. It's always about what you're getting. As a new realtor, you need somebody to hold your hand. You need a CRM to work with. You need automations. You need a pipeline because you need to get clients to work. Passing your cards around, does it help? Yes, it does. Keep working with Facebook. Do you get anything? Yes. But automations is the key to create a scaling a good business, even as a new realtor, even as a seasoned realtor, even you've been in the business for years, you still need it.
And tell me your stories. How you became the professional person in business in confronting life and work that you are.
Okay. Um, well, my parents always taught me how to fend, fight for what I want, and respect others. And I was born and raised in a Christian family, and that was the model. Like you have to work for everything that you have. You have to create things and make life better for yourself. So they taught me that in a very early age. I've Being a nurse was not my first career. I had an associate in medical assistant. Then I was always looking like, no, that's not enough for me. It's never. I'm like, it's not enough. I can be better and do better. Then I went back to school, become a nurse. Then I do life insurance, mortgage protection, and then I create my business as a registered nurse. I do have an agency that take care of children with disabilities, babies that's born with disabilities. Um, I do have other nurses helping them at home. They need their homebound patients, and that was my first business. Then become a nurse. I mean, a realtor. Like I said before, it was because of the experience that I like what I got from the other realtor. She didn't take care of me properly, and I ended up losing the house that I wanted. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I know how it feels like when you don't have anybody to be around for you or holding your hand or be there for you. And I know how to be there for other people because with the love and compassion, I see how my patients are thriving. Like when they're sick, with the love and compassion that I give them, I see like how they thrive. Like the babies, like sometimes I feel like I'm gonna lose them, and then I take my time and take care of them, and I see them thriving, even though that they're born with a disability. I always tell everybody they're my babies, and I love them like my own children. I take time to take care of them. It's the same thing for real estate. If anybody's buying a home, that's where they're gonna spend their life. A lot of people buy a house, they never move again. So you gotta make sure that it's right for them, and you gotta communicate and making sure that you not just wanna sell a house, but you wanna sell a home, because having a house and having a home, that's two different things. So a home is where you're gonna spend your life, your family. That's where all the fun is happening. You're gonna make it warm. You're gonna make sure that it's always there. Like even if your kids goes out to college, they're gonna come back home. A house is just a building. So if that's the reason why I don't make real estate like I always tell my client, you're not buying a house, you're buying a home. A house is just a building, but a home is a foundation. So that's the reason why, like when I'm taking my time with a client, I take the time and I make sure that they find their home.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful stories. And it's really you. I can see really how you make all yourself in the business at life, basically. That's amazing. Okay. So tell me now the kind of client you like, your target of client, because we know that we are professional and we have some value and we have a certain offer for the market, and not everybody can be our target client, our avatar client. So tell me, what is the kind of target, the kind of client that is for you, or you for them?
Okay, I never turn down a client. Even if they're out of state, even if they are someplace else, I have connections in different states, like everywhere. I can always, if I am licensed for the state of Florida, I can only deal with Florida clients, but I have partners in every other states. My targeting, I never turn down a client. I don't do that. I take my time to work and give love to all my clients. But my men target that I work with mostly is luxury clients. Like I do luxury homes, buying, selling. If you're looking for like a luxury home to buy, or you have a luxury home that you want to sell, that's what I work with the most. But like I said, I never turn down anybody, like any clients. They're all my clients get the same love, but I focus a lot on luxury.
Great. So, what's the process the client will follow when getting contact with you?
Okay, when contact me, I usually take all the information that needed: name, time frame, how much do you want to spend, getting all those information. If you are pre-approved, if not, it's always better to get pre-approved before you start searching for a home, because you'll know exactly how much I'm approved for. If you're a cash client, I love you too. I love cash clients. But again, if you're not if you pre-approve, it's much better. And I do work with a team that can get you pre-approved in like 24 to 48 hours. You know exactly what you approve for, and what you pre-approve for, and when can we can start searching. Once I get all those things, we do a one-on-one consultation. We can do it via Zoom, or we can do it in person. I love, it's either the office, we can do it at a coffee shop, wherever it's convenient for you. And then we set up a time, we meet. I love doing face to face. I love doing face to face. But if you can't do face to face, if you're out of state and you are thinking about moving here, a Zoom is fine, because I want to make sure that you entrust me, since you're not here, for me to look for something for you, and then I can show you via the Zoom. Like when we do house searching, if you're not here, I will go ahead and do all the preview for you and be there, like with my laptop, my tablet. You'll be able to see everything. The next step after that will be, find something that you like. Once you pre-approve, we do our consultation, and I'll tell you exactly how I work, what we're doing, and where we're going to go, and answer all your questions. And then we'll go from there. And then you pre-approve, and we start going. We start looking for your dream home. After that would be, if you find something you love, we put the offer in. And we put the offers, we look at the house, making sure that foundation is good. You will look for windows impact, like if in a flood zone, like what insurance gonna do, and all this. If you are approved for the house and then they accept your offer, we go through inspections, and we go with a second phase of getting you approved. Now, like with the bank, we do have like at least 30 to 45 days for closing. We have to do our due diligence, we have to do inspections. After inspection, we have to appraise the house, making sure that the price that they ask for is what the house is really worth. So we go there, and you deal with a lot of things. Certain, if you are in associations, we have to make sure our association has been approved. And after that, it's just like, hey, you approve, you get your house, and it's gonna be walked through. After everything is approved, we're ready for closing. We do a last work through to making sure that if there was like things that needed to be fixed in the house, that it was done properly, everything is good, nothing is missing. The same way we looked at the house is the same way you're gonna get your key the next day when we do your closing. And closing day is signing paperwork, and then you can have a little party in the office if you want, or if you open champagne, we give you a key, we take pictures, and then we send you home. That's the process. It's a long process, but if you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. It's easy. Like if you're working with a good realtor, and then your client is like a good client, and then the other side, you got to consider the other side too. You got to get in touch with them. Everybody have to make sure paperwork signed. before we go to closing. Everything has to be on print because you don't want to go to closing and closing day everything is not there, and then we have to push the date. That can happen. It just depends on the emergency. But it never happens to me due to paperwork or not doing my due diligence. But life is life. Emergencies can happen. But otherwise, that's the process.
Thank you. That's amazing. I want to buy one house with you also if I live in another country.
Come to Florida.
Why not? Last year I spent 8 months over there.
You did. Yeah, get a condo. I'll help you.
Okay, cool. So what you want to say, and that is the last things, to your client from your heart to work with you?
Sure. What I want to say to my clients, I am not just talking just to talk. I take my job serious, very serious, because being a realtor, you are a business owner. I take my business very serious. I take it. That's the reason why when I'm helping someone, I take it very serious because that's my reputation. That's my business. So I know if I don't take care of my clients, I'm not going to get a referral from my clients. Like my last client that I work with, I did a closing with, he referred me 5 different clients. Right now, these are the people I'm working with at this moment because they're ready to buy. I have other people that I'm working with, but the 5 that he referred me are the ones that I'm working with at this moment. If I didn't do a good job with him, he would have never referred me anybody. And I get 90% of my business through referrals. That's the reason why I love what I do. I respect my clients. I respect my business because if I don't take my business serious, my clients will never take me serious. So anybody who works with me, I always take my time and I always make it my business, my passion to help you get what you're looking for.
That's amazing. Thank you. So thank you to be with us in this interview and dedicate your time and your passion and explain your vision and also the process with the client. So
Thank you.
that's amazing. So also we will have other interview with you. So that is just the first one, just to warm up and communicate some value that you are putting in your business, like professional realtor.
Okay, great. Always let me know in advance so I can get ready.